This painting is very famous about the style of the individualism. So then I'm nervous.
Oh no, it's okay. It's
Some
okay.
people came in and did the calligraphy.
That's right.
So there's a story behind it.
Okay.
So the story is, this is, I gave the original of the digital painting to a philosopher friend of mine, who's very familiar with Chinese philosophy. So he picked a phrase from Mencius. So Mencius is a very famous Confucian scholar. And the phrase from Mencius says, 万物皆备于我矣, which means the 10,000 things are all within me. So it's the Confucian expression of individualism, which reflects then Durer. This is Albrecht Durer. So Albrecht Durer's own view of Confucianism. So it's it's that kind of bridge between East and West. And then what made this what was not planned. I mean, the calligrapher did this the day of the opening. And so what was not planned is then in the second sentence, 反身而成，落寞大焉. So the calligrapher left out a character.
Yeah.
And so, what made it interesting is that, in the digital world, everything can be perfect. You don't have to have any mistakes. You can go back and correct them so that nobody ever needs to know about them. You have spell check. Well, in Albrecht Durer's time, or anything that you're doing real time, you can have an error. And so what do you do when there's an error? So in calligraphy, you can, when you leave out a character, write it in on the marginalia, though it looks a little bit clumsy that way. Or you can do what this calligrapher did, which is to write an errata at the end, saying, I'm really sorry, but as I was writing this out, I left out a character that everyone, that when they studied Chinese, their first week of Chinese, they learned this character for big, because it's a character for man, holding his arms out. So it means the word big. And so here then you have that interesting kind of juxtaposition between the digital perfection and the imperfect when man has his hand to it. And then at the end, another interesting juxtaposition is that you have the calligrapher's chop, his seal here, juxtaposed against Albrecht Durer's chop from many centuries ago, and then Louis Pardo, the artist's barcode signature. So again, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, I think you can enjoy it even if you don't know any of those stories. You can enjoy it because it's an extraordinary self-portrait, but you can also then appreciate it more and more as there's these various layers of digital versus non-digital, Chinese versus Western, and all these other layers.
Thank you.
so much for telling us
Thank
that.
you.